The new Elementor site planner is seriously impressive. As far as AI, wireframing, creating a website, doing your site plan and all of that, there are tools out there, but what you get with your Elementor Pro license is seriously impressive. And I know some of you are going to say, well, do we really need to use AI? I can just do a scribble, I could open up Figma or something like that. What this is going to give you is the opportunity to maybe when you're having a consultation with a client, or maybe you're trying to idea or brainstorm out what your website's going to look like, this is going to give you a website. You're still going to have to fill in the gaps like your logo and your images and your right content and wording and your SEO and all of that. It's not going to do everything. No tool out there does. But what this gives you is a site planner built with Elementor. So if you're using Elementor Page Builder, you're not having to build it out with an AI tool and then go and work through all of the components and elements. It's all in Elementor. I don't know, this probably sounds like gobbledygook right now, so let's go and have a look at it. I'm inside of the site planner and I've already logged into my elementor.com account. We're going to fast track our planning. Let's go and click Let's Start. It's a very clean interface from the get-go. And this is the second time I'm looking at it. The first time I went in, I found it super, super intuitive. No problem, no issues. I wasn't having to email someone to go, well, where do I go for XYZ? I got it from the get-go. So let's go in and start. So what we're going to do is generate our brief. First thing it's asking me is what is my website name? So I'm going to type in Web Squadron. Now, if you're a little bit unsure of what to write, and it is pretty obvious, we're talking about the site name here, go and click what should I write? And then it gives me a prompt of what is a site name. Seriously, if at this point you're struggling, you need to stop and go and do something else with your life. But let's carry on. I'll then click the arrow to now go to the next stage. And by the way, you are going to see like a tracker at the top. Don't be fooled by this because you're going to look at it and think, well, that looks like there's a load of questions coming up. It ain't. You'll fly through this super quick. How would I describe the specific type of my business? And again, if you're a little bit unsure of how detailed you need to be, just go and click the prompt down there and it's going to give you some tips and hints. And what I really like about this is how it gives you some options. So I'm going to go and click web design and development. Great. Now let's get into more details. Can I describe the services offered by me? It's already given me some prompts, so I could go and pick them and I could add my own as well. So custom web design, responsive web design, UI, UX consultation. Let's add a comma and add in a few more. Now I'm going to tell it about my key objectives, and I hope you notice from the questions, this is kind of similar to what you might be asking a prospective client, so a lot of this should be easy for you to answer. Now it's asked me if there are any secondary goals as well, so I've gone and copied a bit of text and I'm going to drop that in. It's gone and generated the summary, and it's now saying, do you want to add in any further details? I'm going to go for portfolio, gallery, and contact form. I'm not going to go for every single suggestion it gives you, and like I said, hit a comma and add in some more if you want. So in fact, I'm going to go for testimonials like that. Before we talk about the communication style, and again, I've got options, you are getting a summary over on the right-hand side. And if at any point you feel like it's not right, just hover over the heading. So I'm going to go to features and I'm going to click reply. It will appear in the bottom left. And I'm now going to add a booking link and I'm going to hit send. And then it appears over here. What kind of pages do I want to have as part of my sitemap? Home, services, about us, contact, that sounds about right. We'll go for testimonials, booking. In fact, I'm going to get rid of SEO and booking because I just said a booking link, and we'll see how it caters for that because it might not do everything perfectly. You got to remember, this is AI, and it's going to give you a wireframe and a page structure. And of course, because it's generated inside of Elementor, when you are using it inside of Elementor, you can go and drop your extra buttons or your extra links in. Remember that. That's super, super important. I mentioned it at the beginning. You use other AI tools out there and it will generate a wireframe or a page structure and a whole site for you, but then you realize it's in Gutenberg or WordPress or something else. And then you're almost replicating, duplicating effort and rebuilding. It's asking me about the age range and I'm just going to pick 18 to 24, but I am going to go back to the audience, click on the heading, and I'm now going to increase that and I'm going to say 25 to 99. But what it's actually done is taken away the 18 to 24. So that's something I would like to see improved. So again, I'm going to go back to my audience and I'm now going to go 18 to 99. So that's something you got to bear in mind. If you pick an option and then you realize you want to change it, it might overwrite the original one as well. Just give it the range you exactly want. And finally, we've come to the part where the wireframe will be generated. But look, bear in mind over there, it's not all the way across. So that is why don't be fooled by that by thinking, oh my God, how many questions is it going to ask me? So I'm going to say, yes, I'm ready. The next stage is to click the use the brief button, which sits over here in the top right. Let's click it. And after about 10 seconds, it's now generating. And this is all happening in real time. It's gone and done the contact, the testimonial services about. Now it is zoomed in at 43%, or that's what it's done by default. And I'm now going to increase that to be fit, just so that you can see that we have the home page at the top and then we have our other 4 pages. Let's go and zoom in a bit and set it to be 100%. And this is really, really cool. I mean, look at that. You can move around on it. It's not like a rigid structured page and you go, oh, I want to move it over to the left or right. So for my home page, this is what it's going to give me. Header, hero section. You can have a read of some of the items here. And we get further details about what's on the page. If we go all the way down here, we can see services about as contacted. Now, I just want to mention that this is the bit that really blew me away with what you can do. And remember, we're not even on the actual wireframe at the moment. What if I want my layout to be left aligned? I can just go over here and I can overtype that. So I can jig around with the wording, okay? This hasn't just taken your brief like other tools out there and then generated it. This is giving me the opportunity to modify. And if I suddenly go, you know what? I don't want to have the About Us introduction on the homepage. I'm just going to delete it. What if I want the client testimonial to be above the portfolio preview? Well, I'm going to pick up the client testimonial and that's it. I just dropped it in. Subscribe CTA, contact information. Maybe I don't want the subscribe CTA. I could delete it. Or what about this? I'm going to regenerate that section. You could overwrite the wording, delete it, rearrange it, or just regenerate the entire section. And you can just go with it from this point onwards. You know, you don't have to spend too much time here unless you really want to. And that is what I love about this. I mean, look at it. Instead of about us, I'm going to say about me or about Web Squadron. You can change that. How about contact me, for instance, testimonials or client reviews? What if I want to add another page? I could go and click the add page or the plus icon over there, and I'm going to call this portfolio. And then I'm going to click generate. Now, this is something I would like to see improved where I get to add in more of a prompt because at the moment I've just popped in a title. So based on that, it will go and give me like the page structure for it. And remember, everybody, we're not even on the wireframe yet. What we don't have, though, is the facility to add a subpage. But I want you to just think out the box here at the moment. When you're working on any WordPress website, you're going to build, say, 10 pages. And it's not until you get to the WordPress menu that you then decide, okay, I'm now going to have page 1 and then page 2 and 3 will be a subs page of page 1. And the same can be said with the ordering of the pages. If I want the testimonials to be before the contact me, I can't pick it up and move it while I'm on this page structure page. But again, it's a bit like when you're building anything in WordPress, right? You might have built your home page and your contact page, and then you've gone and built your services and your about us. When you get to the WordPress menu, that's when you rearrange and order them, right? I mean, come on, when is anything actually built in order? Well, I like to build in order, but you get the idea. Before we jump into the wireframe, just a quick bit of housekeeping and some extra things I want to mention. Over here, you can click the 3 dots and you can rename, or you could just click over here and rename. Remember, you could completely regenerate the entire homepage if you want by clicking it, but I'll leave it as it is. Or you could find the page in the wireframe. I've only got 6 pages, so it ain't going to be that difficult. At the top over here, you can go back in and edit the brief, which I'm not going to do because we're already here. You can also rename this project or start a brand new one. So here's one I was doing previously, and here's the one I'm working on now. Because everything is done via your Elementor.com account, and I was working on this one a couple of days ago, it remembers it. I haven't stored anything local at all. If I click the wireframe at the top, it's going to go to the wireframe, but we'll come back to that in a moment. We also have a style tab. If I click that, eventually we'll have the facility to add in our fonts and colors. I am assuming, because when you get your wireframe, it's going to be like black, white, and gray. But don't worry, you import it into Elementor and then you would add in your fonts and your colors in the global as you normally would. If you do go and click create website over here, you're going to get a prompt about using Elementor hosting, and there's nothing wrong with that. But once we've approved the wireframe, we're going to export as a template kit. And the way to do that, and I think Elementor are going to make that clearer on here eventually, is if you click the arrow, you got export kit, you export it, and you import it onto a blank Elementor website. Anyway, look, let's just go over to the wireframe now because I've kind of been, teasing it all the way. We've got our sitemap. We can see what the structure is. Now let's hit wireframe. And lo and behold, because this is the first time we're going in, it's building it out. The wireframe is built out as per the page structure, services about, portfolio, contact testimonials, the home page is down there. This might not be exactly what you want, but this is a wireframe built with Elementor. So when you are now inside of Elementor, you can mess around with it. But here is what really blew me away. Remember on the page structure, I could rename or add words to the text or regenerate or completely delete. Look at this About Me page. It's gone and given me like a timeline. I don't want the timeline. Boom. I've just completely removed that section. What about over here where we've got join our community today? I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to move it above like that. That is how fluid this is. And I feel like this section is way too lengthy, so let's just get rid of it. And what our clients say about us on the About Me page, because it was all inside of the page structure, so you might have overlooked it. But when you now see it, like this full view, doesn't this remind you of other third-party solutions and tools? And I know you're going to say, but they allow me to do ... Do I really need to know about ... Because if I'm just doing a wireframe kind of thing, I'm going to remove that. Down here, I can review it as a tablet view or even as a mobile view. And then you're going to go, whoa, that's way too many sections. But you get the idea. And if you feel like that's too small for you to study, or maybe you're reviewing this in a meeting or something, I'm going to go and set this to be 100%. And I can now start to study the structure a bit more. Now, what you can't do is go and click into here and change the wording. I can't change the logo because that's what you do inside of Elementor or your actual page builder. This is just like a proof of concept. This is what it could look like, or this is the structure we're going for. If you were speaking to a client, and you show them something like this during the proposal stage. Remember, proposals? You're telling them a price and they haven't agreed to work with you yet, but you go and dump something like this and go, here's an idea for a structure I think could work, but we could easily modify, delete, add stuff to it. Okay, so let's say we're happy with our wireframe. Now I'm going to go over and click create website. And like I said, you're going to go and get a prompt if you aren't using Elementor hosting. But if you go and click the arrow, I'm going to hit export kit. And then it starts to generate our site. Ta-da! The kit is ready. That took just under 5 minutes. Let's go and download it. I'm now going to jump into a blank WordPress website that's already got Elementor and Elementor Pro installed onto there. And we're going to import the template kit. So I'm going to go to Elementor and I'm going to go over to tools and then import and export kit. Let's go and import our kit. This one over here. You get a bit of a reminder over what you need to make sure you've got installed, but like I said, I've already got them on my WordPress website. Let's hit next. That took about 10 seconds. Now what I'm going to do is close this down. I'm now going to go over to pages and I should see 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly what it was from my page structure and my wireframe. Before I go into edit with Elementor, I am going to hit view just so we can see the home page. I should point out at this point, even though I got Elementor and Elementor Pro on the website, make sure you got the Hello theme as well. If you're still using 2025 or whatever it is on your WordPress system, it won't look right. So make sure you got the Hello theme because that's kind of the best one to use when it comes to Elementor. And we can now see my page structure as per what my wireframe basically was. Let's jump back out and go to edit with Elementor now. We got our header template, we got our footer template at the bottom. Go and click it, edit it, or jump over to templates and edit it over there. We can see our structure, our hero section, child containers, and all of our items. You can go along and change the wording, any of the items, background colors, go and add in your global colors, your fonts, and all of that. You are now in your element with Elementor messing around with the element widgets. And everything that's built is already mobile responsive or nicely laid out. Of course, go and drop in a bit of font clamp if you want to get some proper responsive fonting going on there. In my opinion, this is a game changer when it comes to generating websites where you're struggling with the brief. Maybe you've got your wording, but you're struggling to put it together, or maybe you haven't. You got someone who's a landscaper and they want a website. So you're just going to pop in some of the basics over what you want to do. And this is going to then generate all of this for you. You don't have to show this all off to the client if you don't want, depending on how you work with clients. But imagine your client does give you like a 5-page Word document. You could now go, right, so they want to say XYZ about client testimonials. Take the wording, copy it, and then dump it into here so that when you do get to the wireframe, it starts to account for it. You're still going to have to do a bit of work when you get over to your page builder, but isn't that what you would have been doing anyway? So what this gives you is the foundation, right? It's taking your brief, it's your structures and all of that. And I know I'm repeating myself, but then inside of Elementor, you refine it and perfect it. What do you think about the site planner? Do you think you're going to be using it? Or is there anything here that's missing? Or you think, well, is it really going to be a game changer for me? I think it is. Seriously, this is a non-sponsored, honest video review by me, Imran from Web Squadron. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. I'll see you soon.